Okay, so today I'm going to be taking you through and really just helping you understand each of the different lifestyle fitness cycles. Now, you'll be going through all of these different phases, so it's important for you to educate yourself and understand the differences, the different goals between each, and really just how to approach each of them so you can make the best possible success when you do go into any of these phases. So what we're going to cover off today is just a quick introduction. I'll be going through in detail understanding maintenance or health optimization phase, understanding fat loss with the main goal to lose body fat, and then understanding what lean building is with the main goal to build muscle. So a very quick introduction. As you move through your journey, as I said, you'll go through each of these stages of the lifestyle fitness cycle. And each phase will have different objectives and goals, and each is really important to understand for you to get the best possible results. So we have maintenance, which, as I said, is the first phase that you'll go into. Generally will last between 2 and 4 weeks. And the main goal here is for your weight to stay the same over a period of time. Then we have dieting. Now, dieting, our goal is to lose body fat, and this will be your weight trending down over a period of time. And then we have lean building, which is for the main goal to build muscle, and of course your weight, or you'll want your weight to be trending up over a period of time. Okay, so what are maintenance calories? Now, maintenance calories are the amount that you need to consume for your weight to stay over a period of time. So if you're not gaining or losing weight at your current caloric intake, this is what we refer to as your maintenance calories. So in very simple terms, the amount that you're consuming equates to the amount that you're burning. And when you start your journey, I generally recommend 2 to 4 weeks at maintenance for a couple of reasons. Now, first one is to help you build habits with your nutrition. Now, long term, once you've actually reached your goal, maintenance is where you want to maintain your results for life. So building the skills here is important for lifestyle change. And, whether you do it at the start, whether you do it at the end, it doesn't really matter. But for you, you need to understand as an individual the amount that you need to consume for you to maintain your results. And that's the real key to kind of that long-term lifestyle change that we want. Now, it's also important for us to test your estimated maintenance calories just to see how your body responds. And everyone is very, very individual with how efficient their body is at burning energy. And this is going to be driven by a kind of few factors. Now, the first is going to be your basal metabolic rate. Now, this is your BMR, which is basically the energy that you burn at rest. So if you were going to lie in your bed all day and not move, that's the energy that you burn, that your body is just going through those processes and you're not doing anything else at all. Now, next will be your NEAT. Now, this is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is a real mouthful. So all you need to remember is your NEAT. Now, this is your unplanned activities. So this is like, going outside and doing the gardening or shopping or fidgeting. And then you have your exercise, which is actually your planned activity. So this is, going for a run or you training in the gym. Now, once we're confident that, you're hitting your targets and we have your numbers right, then we can go from there. But we really do just need to make sure that we've tested it first of all. And then finally, if without realizing you have actually been dieting for, a long period of time, which has led to your metabolism down regulating, it will restore everything back to normal. So your body can actually function and start processing more efficiently again. Okay, so why is it important? Now, a lot of women are actually in a deficit and they have no idea, and this puts your body under significant stress. So if your goal is fat loss, you will need time and maintenance for your body to then respond when you actually do jump into a diet. Now, we also use maintenance as a tool when dieting to bring your calories up to maintenance in between your dieting phases to help restore your hormonal markers, to bring your energy levels back up, and to really just get you feeling good again before dropping you back into a diet. So it's really, really great tool to use to basically extend the amount of time that you can diet for and just make your dieting phases as efficient as possible. Now, I said this earlier, but I really want to make it clear that maintenance, long term, once you've reached your goal, is really where you want to maintain your results. So you want to get to that goal, really understand, the type of food that you need to be eating, the amount of food that you need to be eating, the portion size, the amount of energy that you're burning, and then really just step away from tracking and really just focus on enjoying your life. And it's a really, really good skill to learn, how much you need to be eating and how much you need to be burning for you to get to your long-term results. So what are refeeds and diet breaks? I always get asked this question, and we'll probably be using this or one, if not both of these approaches as part of your journey. So refeeds generally take the form of, a very high carb day or even a weekend or even multiple days. And this action of increasing your carbs or giving you a refeed centers around leptin, which is a hormone that plays a very, very important role in regulating your energy balance and your appetite. Now, generally speaking, the more leptin equals greater energy expenditure and less hunger. But unfortunately, when dieting, leptin decreases. So the theory is that if you implement a refeed, it will ramp up your metabolism and kind of trick your brain into believing that you're really well nourished. So it will mean, yes, your weight will jump over the period of time that you are increasing your calories. So let's say you do it over a 2-day period, but then as soon as you drop your calories back down into your dieting phase, your body responds really, really well, because you kind of tricked your brain into thinking that you've had all of this extra food, and then you will see your weight drop as you go through the week. Now, diet breaks, on the other hand, this is where you bring your calories up to maintenance for a longer period of time. Now, this might look like a week, it might look like 2 weeks. Sometimes we implement these if, for example, a client is going on holiday and that's kind of a natural diet break. Of course, you're not going to be dieting when you go on holiday. So we would then implement a diet break. We'd make sure absolutely your carbs are coming up, so you're getting lots of energy coming into you. But they're just kind of tools that you can use when in dieting phases. And, I can make the decision based on your data, whether we feel that you do need a refeed or whether we actually need a diet break. Now, when you might need them, I thought it'd be quite interesting and quite good to cover these off. Now, sometimes you might find that when you're in a dieting phase, after a good amount of time or kind of multiple weeks, you might just see a bit of a plateau in your progress. Now, a small plateau is very normal and absolutely fine, but this is, for, I'd say, multiple weeks, you haven't been able to make any progress, even though you've been 100% consistent, 100% accurate with your tracking, with your intake, with your energy expenditure and everything else. This is where we might be saying, okay, actually, we do need to give you more food. Another one is, you're mentally just struggling with dieting, and, maybe you're starting to make poor choices, or maybe you're starting to slightly go off track occasionally, or making poor choices. We then use this as, I guess, again, another tool to, give you more food, to, yes, physically help you in terms of, bringing or getting your metabolism spiking again, but more so mentally to really just help you then jump back into the dieting phase and be really successful. Then poor sleep. Now, this is another one you might find, particularly if you've been dieting for a period of time, that you're just having not great quality of sleep. So you might be getting to sleep, but then you might be waking up constantly, you might be going to the toilet in the night, you might just not be getting or waking up in the morning and feeling really good in yourself, or feeling like you've got lots of energy. Also, another one is increased hunger or cravings. So, as you do go through your dieting phase and maybe your calories are dropping lower and your activity levels are increasing, you'll find that you probably are, getting more cravings. And usually maybe for a lot of people, it's going to be more sweet things that you crave over anything else. So again, another sign that you might need more food. And then the other one is just your training performance. So obviously we'll be tracking your training performance, and we want to make sure that you are absolutely improving when you go into the gym. Of course, you'll have bad days, you'll have bad sessions, but if you are kind of continuously just seeing that you're not able to get stronger, that you're not able to improve, again, that's another sign that you might just need some more energy or some more carbs coming into your diet. Okay, then I did want to cover off what to expect when at maintenance. So the biggest one is going to be your scale weight will come up. Now, generally, I find this is around 3 to 5%, and this is just due to you're eating more carbs. When you eat more carbs, you store more water. So every gram of carbs that you store, you have 2.7 grams of water. So you are going to feel a little bit more full and watery due to just the higher volume of food that you are eating. So I will say that this does not mean that you have put on body fat. So if you finish your dieting phase and you bring your calories up to maintenance and your scale weight goes up between that 3 and 5%, that does not mean that you just put on that body fat overnight. It literally just means that's your body's response to eating more food, and you're just holding onto a bit more water, which shows up on the scale. So I never ever want you to go into a panic if you bring your calories up to maintenance and you see that scale weight go up. We always expect that. It shouldn't mean that your body composition changes. It just means you hold on to a little bit more water, and if anything, you'll find that your muscles actually start to fill out a little bit more because you are eating more carbs. So the other benefits that, when you do bring your calories up to maintenance, you'll have more energy, you'll sleep better, your training performance increases. You really, really will notice a difference if you've been in a dieting phase for a period of time, or if you've been under eating without realizing for a period of time, your training performance will really go through the roof. You'll be able to build muscle, and you'll reduce the risk of losing your muscle. Really, really important when we think about maintaining your lean muscle mass, protein, but also your training performance and actually training in the gym, training to get strong, really, really important. And it will also give you, a break from dieting. So if you've been dieting for a period of time, as I said, it's used as a tool to help with your motivation and adherence. A lot of the time, physically people don't actually need it. It's actually more of a mental thing that they do just really need a break. They need a couple of high calorie days, getting some good carbs in, and then you're ready to go back in. So it can just be used as a tool to help you mentally through it as well. So I hope that is helpful. We'll be jumping into dieting next. And as always, if you do have any questions, then please let me know.